Hello and welcome to MGP381. I'm Kev, and with me as ever the Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
G'day.
Hello.
Hello, folks.
Oi, less of that.
Hello.
Copyright infringement there.
Is it?
What's all this?
Is it?
First you start Twitch, now you're giving it hello, folks.
I'm on my
You're
way
probably
up,
wearing
though.
your sunglasses again, aren't you?
It's a matter of
This
time,
is
my
this is
friend.
becoming problematic.
Yeah.
Paul.
It's,
Yeah.
dare you?
You need to
Out at me
watch
on
yourself.
stream. Out at me
For a
live.
split second, I thought you were suggesting that he'd changed his name to Paul on Twitch.
I mean,
Hi, I'm Paul.
If you could get that.
No, I'm not going to say his Twitch name on the podcast.
save
In fact,
that for
if
the
he's
end.
going to start nicking all my bits, I'm not going to let people know what his internet name is. We're dropping kayfabe.
Is it
This
Paulujo?
This is. I'm not talking to Pab here. This is a message for Paul. This is you. You need to listen and be aware of what's going on here, young man.
You need to be aware of who edits this podcast.
How dare you? Less of the hello, folks. I'll sue you. I've already got to sue the government today after they ripped off my book cover for their latest safety message. Have you seen that, Sheepdog? It's a travesty.
Which student guide?
Their how to travel safely on public transport thing is blue with yellow text and the same font that I used on my book that is blue with yellow text in that font. As I was scrolling through Twitter, I thought, why is my book? That's not my book. That's something from the government. What's happening here?
Do you think
I'm
they
just
went
in the
on
mood.
99 Designs or whatever you did?
Yeah, maybe they did. I'm in the mood to sue some people after seeing that, and Pab's overstepping his boundaries with hello, folks.
I know, I'm coming for you. I'm coming
You've
for you.
not coined that, Kevin.
I'm sick of accidentally. I always start my "Hey everyone, hope you're well," and I'm like, I hate it. My family hate it. I press play while I'm editing my video, and it goes, "Hello everyone, hope you're well," and they're like, "Why do you say that at the start of every video?" And I'm
Especially
like,
because you don't hope they're well. You couldn't care less.
I really do hope they're well, but I don't need to say it at the start of every. I don't know why I do it. I'm just like, "Hello everyone, hope you're well," and then I get it wrong, so I start again.
Pab will say that at the start
I know,
of next week's podcast.
I'm writing
now.
this down now.
But he's just going to take a little bit from all of us.
And I always end
Monster.
everyone cheers with a thumbs up, and I hate that as well because I do it by mistake.
I always do the thumbs up or the little primary school wave where you just move your fingers but not the rest of your hand.
Well, see, I do that as
Give it
well at the
that.
end of my stream.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah.
It's because I'm trying to stop myself from doing the cliche hand over the camera thing. So I stop myself part way and just start wriggling my fingers seductively.
I feel like they need to give everyone a camera to sit in front of and talk, and just let them know what type of person they are, what type of intro person they are, and what type of outro person they are, and then they should just put us all into groups and just put me out of my misery because I hate myself every time.
You're not alone there, Sheepdog.
Yeah, I need to come up with a better start and end. I might say hello, folks. I hear that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah, you might as well. Lost that little bit of unique deliciousness. That's been ruined now. I've been starting the vlog with hello, folks for 3.5 years. Now I've got to change it because Pab stopped it being cool.
I'm pretty sure in one of our old podcasts where you weren't here, I accidentally started it. I am Kev, and with me this week. We had to start again.
That's how Kev always does it.
It was just the flow. It was just what do we? How do we start the show? I'm Kev, and with me this week. And I was like, no, I'm not. I did better start again.
You people. Have we all had a lovely week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm worried that lockdown is coming to an end, and I've been so productive that I'm going to go back to old Sheepdog and waste time driving to and from an office or some nonsense, and not ever helping out at home. Just I've got so much done, it's ridiculous. We were sending my mother-in-law pictures of the house and how much stuff we've changed. I built a cupboard yesterday.
Nice.
You said built.
Well, yeah, it was like I put it together.
Okay. Going to say, if you've suddenly learnt to use tools, then I really am impressed.
Some tools. I mean, Claire and I built a patio.
Well, if you
I'm a bit
say
disappointed that we did all the hard bits and then she wanted to lay all the bricks, so I just went inside and played the game with my son.
She's stronger than you. Of course she's going to lay the bricks.
But she was like, I just really want to do it. And I said, yeah, but I feel like I should help. And she said, well, we can't both do it.
She wanted it doing right. That's what's happened there.
But she sort of said, if we both do it at different ends and then we meet in the middle and it's wrong, we're screwed. So she said, I'd rather one of us did it, and I really want to do it. And I was like, oh, whatever. I don't really want to do it. So there you go. But she let me dig a trench in the garden, dig around loads of stuff, and just generally use a spade or a shovel. Sorry.
Well, if you're now good at using a spade, Anna wants a hole digging in our garden, and I'm wriggling out of it at every opportunity. So
How
if you
deep?
want to come, just I don't know, Anna, what hole do you want?
You can do your hole, Kevin.
Sheepdog really enjoys
Well, then
digging. Apparently,
I won't help you with your projects. Then
I'm slightly
Do you wanna be
concerned
like
though.
that?
If I came around yours to dig a hole, you'd be like, just about, just under 6 foot long and about 3 foot wide. And then as I finish digging it, you'll just put a bullet in the back of my head, and you'll be like, he never even turned up. I don't know where. He said he was coming over, Claire, but he didn't arrive.
now you know full well I can't risk doing that because under the wallpaper in my dining room, I've written on the wall, the bodies are in the garden. So there can't actually be some bodies in the garden because when the police look after I move out, there can't be any evidence or they'll come and get me.
Especially if it's me of all people. They were like, yeah, he was the number one suspect.
Yeah, exactly. So now I've kind of committed myself to never murdering anyone in my garden now, which looking back was a mistake. But at the time, I chuckled as I was writing that on the wall. I had a lovely time.
So why does Anna need a hole?
To wee and stuff.
No, it's
Oh my
not.
goodness. My God.
She wants a rotary washing line in the garden, like a rich person. Apparently,
You bought one, and it's been sat in the dining room.
Exactly.
And
I did
other
my
rooms
bit. I
for a
bought it.
year.
I'm the money man. I'm not the digging holes man. You're confusing me with a different kind of man.
Right,
about the
I
house.
am very
I just
small.
fund projects.
They don't even need
Try-
that much of a hole, do they?
No, but he won't do it for me.
I've only been putting it off about 2 years.
I thought they just needed to be stabbed into the ground really
no,
hard.
we tried that.
You've been digging holes in this area lately. You must know our floor around here is clay. You ain't sticking
God, you're
anything in
telling
the
me.
ground.
You're telling me it's clay? Friggin' heck.
Yeah, you are not just poking stuff into the ground around here. You dig a hole and then whack some cement in if you want one of them down.
I had a minor, not really a hissy fit. It was about 20 seconds long where my wife was expecting me to fill a bucket with what I dug, carry the bucket across the garden and throw it into a pile. And I was like, just go buy a wheelbarrow. And she said, wheelbarrows are like 40 quid. And I said, yeah, but I'll fill the wheelbarrow and then we'll empty it and it will be much quicker. And we went back and forth like this for about a minute. And I said, well, we can't do it. And then I bribed my kids a fiver each to carry the dirt and clay across the garden.
Wow.
And they had a whale of a time. I dug it up, they carried it, I carried on digging. It was brilliant. But yeah, the ground is rock hard. And some
Yeah,
of
and
it's
he's just
cement.
described digging as brilliant. He wants to do it.
The process was
I
brilliant.
don't care if he wants to it. I don't want to spend.
Don't no spoilers. You can't tell people what the other project is.
Yeah, but you
By the
want me
time
to help you.
Can't mention it on the podcast because it's not even been announced
Yeah,
by
don't
the
make
time
me
this
edit stuff,
podcast is
Anna.
out.
Please don't make me do any work.
Wouldn't you be better off just getting a long washing line across the garden?
No, because the garden's is unpassable. So having one in the middle where I can stamp down the long grass because he won't cut it is good enough for me.
Need to
Cutting
get a
grass
robotic
is for nerds.
lawnmower, Kev.
What, a goat? I'm all for getting a goat. Yeah. Well, no, because a goat kills 3 birds with 1 stone. Grass gets cut. We can have goat milk whenever we want. And I really like feeding goats when I go to like petting zoos.
They're really mean, though.
Yeah,
They'll
one
mock your
rammed my
beard.
dad in the bum. It was funny.
Yeah. It'll take the
But
mickey
they might
out of
hurt
you.
Dave.
No, he'll be friends with the goat. Dave's
Who
a
will,
friendly
the dog?
beast. Yeah, Dave and the goat will be friends.
They might not like each other.
Plus, if we have any tin cans lying around, the goat can eat them. All these Coke cans we've got, the goat would eat them. No problem.
What's that CBeebies programme with a goat and a dog and a donkey? Is that 4-Way Farm? Something else? That goat's a
Don't watch
monster.
CBeebies.
Our youngest child's nearly 14, Sheepdog. We don't know.
Yeah,
what
it's
CBeebies
about a
programs you're
10-year-old
talking
show. I don't know if it still exists, but the goat in that was a monster. Don't trust it. You wouldn't trust it. Just get a robotic one. They're only like less than £1,000.
What, a
You'll be
robotic goat?
Pretty sure you can get one for a couple of £100. It'd just
What we
live.
would need if we had an automatic lawnmower, it'd need to be one that automatically picked up dog poo before it as well.
I pick up the dog
It just
food
needs a little
too.
catapult to just flip it over the fence.
You ain't out there often enough to get every bit of poo
I'm
that
out
dog
there
does in
every
that
other
garden.
day at the moment. Just because you're hiding away in the garage doesn't mean I'm not doing it.
Hiding away
See,
in the
Kev,
garage.
have you got the same situation I have where I've convinced Claire that I actually really don't like being in the garden, so I'm not picking up poo in the garden I never go in, and she does all that now.
Well, she just knows that I'm not at all interested in the garden.
That's
doesn't
exactly
matter what
it.
you're
I've got a
interested
phobia
in.
of the outdoors. That's what
I don't have a phobia of the outdoors. I'm just not bothered about going out there.
What is out there anyway? There's no TV, there's no games, there's no internet.
No,
Yeah,
but the child needs
actually-
sunlight.
If you actually had the opportunity to spend some time in the garden, Anna, you'd be back indoors in no time because you'd be bored.
Well, I've got a Switch
Oh my goodness.
on the phone. I've got earphones. So
I think I've I've invested in an answer to my ongoing sound war. I bought an Amazon Echo, one of the big ones.
Yeah.
And my neighbours had their stupid music on. At one point, Anna, it started onto one of your playlists, and I thought, I can't rant about this because this is Anna's favourite music, and I don't really have a problem with it. I can't go. She was playing Christina Aguilera because it's like there's nothing wrong with that. But they went back to their annoying music, so I stuck music on from Frozen, and it took 30 seconds of one song before they turned their music off. I was absolutely delighted. That was money
they
well
probably
spent.
enjoyed it.
I bet they were just like, oh, turn it off, listen to that. And then after a few songs, I just turned mine off because I thought there's no point having it on now. I don't really want to listen to anything. But every time they put theirs on, I'm just going to blast out a bit of Elsa. And hopefully... I always start with a different song that... I can't remember the bloody name of it. But the line in it is, haven't you people ever heard of shutting a goddamn door? And I'm trying to be really passive-aggressive by playing that every time they play music. But they haven't cottoned on that it's aimed at them yet, sadly. I also play Enjoy the Silence in the hope that they know their song names, but they haven't got that either. But yeah, today it was great. They turned it off straight away. I might get some quiet time in the garden, but
I
don't spend too
really
much
hope
time
you
out
get
there.
a letter through your door where they've made a complaint about your excessive use of noise.
It'd be really ironic if they did complain. It could be their elaborate plan to get me shut down, and then they go overboard and then go, oh, he's only complaining about us to get revenge. That'd be really
Why
ironic.
don't you just talk to them and say, your music's too loud?
You're
Turn
full
it
of
down."
ideas tonight, Anna. Spend time in the garden. Talk to your neighbours. We're not living in the 1960s.
But it's better than being passive-aggressive. You tell me not to be passive-aggressive.
Nothing's better than being passive
Yeah, no,
aggressive.
it's very satisfying being passive aggressive. I'm not going to lie.
It's the worst. Mean.
Doesn't really bother. The music didn't really bother me. I'm just enjoying finding ways to solve the fake problem I've made up. I think, to be honest.
So, video games. Has anyone played any of those this week?
I did mention to you beforehand, just before we really get into video games, that I found our VIC 20 that we went and got 8 years ago in the garage earlier.
The one that we cleaned with Malibu as AD talked us through it.
Yeah, and that looks very worse for wear, so I binned it into a skip and
Why?
all the
No.
cassettes
Why?
with it.
What do you mean it looks worse for wear?
Well,
Ow.
8 years of sitting in a garage.
Well, before that, it had 30 years of sitting in an attic. How have you managed to ruin it in 8 years?
It somehow got browner and coconutty.
That's what the Malibu's for, Sheepdog. Just another splash of that and you're fine. Get that out of that skip.
It's under about 4 foot of debris and stuff.
Right, I'm
now.
sticking it on the local Facebook group that there's a free games console in a skip down your street. So we're going to have people rummaging through there.
There's also about 20 PS2 games in there. I don't know at what point I found a box that I can only assume was like an MGPX giveaway from, again, 8-9 years ago. He had about 20 PS2 games and a Wii U dock charger thing in it. They went straight in the skip.
I've got a whole box full of... I was rummaging around looking for an old textbook to give to Anna, and I found my teacher's box, and under my teacher's box there's just a massive, one of those big plastic storage boxes full of old PS2 and Wii games. No idea why they're there, but there must be... I'm looking at it now.
They're
'cause I pulled it
probably
out earlier.
mine.
There must be 60 games there.
They're probably mine.
So why
Are
they
you
here?
sure?
I don't know.
But I also...
Put
I
that
ended
in
up,
and I'll check.
there was just so much junk in there. The only things I've kept are like games I received when I was like 7 or 8 for Christmas. They don't work. I just like the fact that they're there. I found my birth certificate. I was just like, oh, I probably
Don't
need
throw
that.
that away.
Garage.
So now you can finally find out your real age.
Yeah, I can prove I'm a UK citizen. Some of my
And we
qualifications.
can prove you're 50.
I found my cleaning qualifications from when I was 18 and stuff like that, which I thought was quite
Get
funny.
them framed them up on the wall.
Or my kung fu certificates, so I can prove that I'm hard.
Goodness me. Put that next to your cleaning certificate.
But yeah,
Why have you got a cleaning
Sheepdog's new
certificate?
sitcom, The Kung Fu Cleaner. coming to Channel 4 this autumn.
that would be great. What were you going to say, Anna?
I don't remember now. That was quite funny.
But yeah, my garage is empty now, other than bikes and stuff. I'm this
I
close.
know. Why do you have cleaning qualifications?
Because I used to be a site manager for a big old block of flats, so
Don't
I
get
had to
him
go.
into this, Anna. Please don't get him into this.
I don't know.
I could tell you his
I've
top
known
3
him.
stories from his cleaning years. He doesn't need to be here for this.
I don't even remember my top 3 stories. I haven't got any stories.
You have. I'll tell you them later.
Yeah, you can try. But no, yeah, I had to get all sorts of like chemical and cleaning and stuff like that.
Okay. So like health and safety and whatnot.
Yeah, that was one of them and all.
Okay.
So, video games. I'll try again. You derailing monster. I haven't played anything new this week because
You never
Really?
I've
played
been playing
anything.
Football Manager and FIFA. I never got round to downloading Minecraft Dungeons, but I assume between the 3 of you, someone would have played that.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
not.
surprised you're not trying to
Yes.
jump on and do a video thing with it.
I'm too busy. I've got videos people will actually watch to make.
This is
So
it's
weird.
awesome though.
I have
I've
played
been
it.
playing it with Ollie. It's very good. I think I've got 2 more worlds to do, and then the last world, so 3.
Strange way to phrase that sentence.
Yeah, no, I realised that I haven't unlocked the end world, so I was going to say 2 more, but I actually have the one I haven't unlocked to as well. We've got it on. Well, I was going to say we have it on an easy setting, but the hardness goes up as you play it because you can play any world you want. We've made a fatal mistake by playing what I would consider to be the hardest boss quite late on, and the boss is insane. I think it's called Fiery Forge. You have to go against this giant thing in a trapped room and just try and set off these bombs that will kill it. And Ollie doesn't follow instructions, so
What
I'm
a
saying
child does.
yeah, I'm saying to him heal, and he just doesn't heal, and then he dies. Then I try and heal him, and then I die. And because he doesn't listen through the level, we're on our last. Like we will die once we've died, and we always get to the boss with no lives left. So it's very frustrating. We've done that 2 or 3 times now, and it's just rock hard. But every other level has just been really, really fun. Like we've struggled. We might have died a couple of times. We haven't got game over on it, but when we get to the end, we're high-fiving and cheering. But through the level, I'm shouting my head off at that poor lad. Mainly because he hops around all anxious and jumps in front of the TV, and then I can't see what's going on, and he doesn't jump out of the way, and then I'm like edging him out of the way, and I've been killed, and I'm like, whoa.
But just tell him to sit. Or
Well-
pause every time he doesn't sit.
That's part of it. I'm like, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. it's oh, like don't get me wrong. I'm not like kicking the heck out of him or anything like that. I'm just saying like there'll be a point where I'm like, press LB to heal, and he doesn't do it, and then we both die, and I'm like, I said heal, and he's just, oh.
Sounds like you're training a dog. Heel, sit, sit, heel.
Plus, the game kind of winds me up because I really want to fight with fast melee weapons and like be quite cool with that, and it keeps giving me these hammers that are really slow to attack, so then I have to attack with a bow and arrow, but it's only giving me like 10 arrows at a time, and I'm sitting there while Ollie's got 300 arrows that he doesn't use, and he's wielding a sword that he just flips around and kills stuff at a distance. And every time arrows appear, he goes and picks them up, and I'm like, mate, I've got no arrows! Oh! And so I'm like, again, I'm begging him to leave the arrows on the floor, but he instinctively goes for them. I've taught him now to not, but even then, I pick up arrows and it says, there's 5 arrows, well done. He picks up the same arrow and it's like, there's 85 arrows, well done, because he's got some sort of power up that means stuff he picks up is worth more.
Yeah,
but it keeps
yeah.
giving him that stuff. It's like it gave him scythe. Is it like a long? It's like a long stick with a spike on the end of it that you just keep stabbing stuff with, and that does so much damage. It's ridiculous. Whereas I've got my stupid hammer that takes me like a couple of seconds.
You don't have to use it, Sheepdog.
Huh?
You don't have to use that weapon. You're just using it because it's a more powerful weapon than what you've got.
Well, yeah. So what it's kind of done is it's given me a hammer that does like 50 damage, or I can use a dagger that does 15 damage, or I can use. And the problem I've got is his pointy stick thing does like I can't even remember, like 100 damage or something stupid. It has a high number, maybe not that high, but when I got one of them, it didn't even do a quarter of the damage. I was just like, well, why would I switch to this? We're going to get worse. So I don't know whether the game's just thinking, oh, he uses a lot of hammers. Let's give this guy more hammers.
Have you been enchanting them, Sheepdog?
Sorry?
Have you been enchanting them?
Yes, I have. Yeah. So that was the weird thing as well. I have the armor that gives me every 10 arrows that hit me, I get a set of arrows.
Right,
okay. I'm still arrowless, just never getting anything. I've just switched to armor that fires snowballs out every second. I've enchanted it all the way to the top. I'm hoping that will help me on this boss we're stuck on, because you get surrounded by these red box things. And I'm just thinking, if that fires out snowballs that will make them all confused for a couple of seconds, then it gives me a bit of time to start slashing them. I think because he also jumps in and kills things that I'm already killing, he keeps getting all of the souls. So his book's constantly full and he never uses it. My books, or my soul line, is very low, but he keeps stealing my last shots and stuff like that. I'll have weathered something down to the last hit, and then he fires his firework at it, and I'm like, well done, you killed it, well done. I'm thinking he's a kid, praise it, and then it gives him this reward for killing it, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, it's a very complicated game. I think it just must know that he's the kid and I'm the adult, and it's sending stuff his way. But he got a diamond sword, for crying out loud. He was well happy, but I was there with my rubbish sword thinking, oh, I killed that boss. But no, it is really cool. Good story. He's loving it. I tried to get a review out of him, so that I could pass it on, but he just said it's cool, it's awesome, it's hard. Can't really say fairer than that.
Okay.
How are you two finding it?
Oh, you two? Have you been playing, Anna?
I haven't played it. No.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said you had.
No.
Okay, so, Kev.
Hello.
I don't necessarily think you need to play this game.
Consider it done.
You are not. This game is very good at what it wants to be, which is a Diablo clone.
I like Diablo.
Yes. Do you like Minecraft?
I do. I like both of those games.
Do you like just the aesthetic of Minecraft and nothing else about Minecraft?
Not particularly, no. I like playing Minecraft. But...
Yeah, see, there is zero Minecraft elements to this game. There is no crafting.
It's just a skin, isn't it?
There is no mining. It is very much a game where it is very much... I don't want to be as reductive as, say, baby's first Diablo. But it kind of is that. It is very simplified. The system, the systems that you have in Diablo are stripped back to make it much more accessible. And don't get me wrong, it is a good game. And for the price it costs, what is it, 16 quid? $20, whatever it is, something like that.
It was free on Game Pass.
Oh, free on Game Pass, yeah, exactly. But I was looking at getting it on Switch as well, because I will probably just wait for a sale for it. But it's fine, it's more than fine. But if you are looking to get that Diablo itch, I feel like you're going to be lacking. It's going to be disappointed because it is lacking in not content, but
I'd agree. Like, Kev's an adult, so it's not really going to be a challenge. It can be hard. It is difficult.
Did I die? I don't think I died in it. I got to a boss, and that up until the point I got to the boss, I didn't struggle whatsoever. The boss itself was a pain in the ass. Yeah, I was playing on my own. So the boss is like, I think it's like a witch or something like that, and it has a shield on, and it fires out slimes, and then they fire out stuff as well at the same time. So, and I took a lot of damage early on. I had to use my healing potion, and then I continued to take damage, and I couldn't get any health back from anything. I had to just kind of keep kiting at people around the entire map until my healing potion like timed, came back.
Yeah.
And I had to do that a few times. That is the only time I struggled with it.
I think that's with us. We're on one boss that we can't do. Everything else has been straightforward and enjoyable, and just the right level of difficulty that he's finding it like hard, and I'm finding it fun, and that's fine. And I guess if I was playing on my own, I probably wouldn't be excited to play it because it's enjoyable and I'm playing it with him, and it's his first proper game.
Yeah, I can imagine playing it with someone, you're going to get more out of it, maybe. I feel like you'll go through it considerably faster because you're twice as many people, dealing with the enemies and what have you.
I don't know, we both wander a lot and faff.
Well, yeah, there is that as well. There is the wander ability, but you are mowing through enemies considerably quicker. I think that happens with Diablo as well. If you've got a team of, you have up to 4 people, and if you've got 4 people just rattling, everything around, then, it's good. You're going to get through stuff a lot quicker. One thing I did see about it, like Diablo, there are difficulty options on there. So and it's like level based as well. So if you select a level, you could there's like 3 different levels of difficulty you want. So you go back to a hub world, where, like after each level, you go back to a hub world and you go on the map, similar to like Diablo actually, where you go back to your little town, don't you? And then you go to like the shopkeeper, and there's the
he's loving that, going like spending all his gems.
I mean, I didn't see. Is there a clothes? Like, is someone to change your clothes? Because me and Kev do enjoy doing that.
I love changing clothes.
I think you do that at the start when you load it up.
Yeah, I know you can change, but you can't like transmogrify like your items to look like different things and what have you, because that is one of the best things in Diablo. I suppose you just
change your armor, don't you?
Yeah, you just change. Yeah, you can change your armor. Well, yeah. So you go back to this hub world, you go to the map table, and you've basically got like about something that kind of resembled like the Crash Bandicoot kind of level select kind of thing for me a little bit. Like you got like the open map, and you can select which level you want.
I find it odd it's letting you choose, because like you
can pick whichever one you want to do. Yeah, I did see that as well.
Yeah, I only got confused because we did the ones near the beginning, and then we did the redstone one because we thought, redstone's cool, and then we went back and did some of the ones again. It looked like near the earlier bit of the map, and then we went through this level where it said find the temple, and when we found the temple, it unlocked the temple level, but we then didn't do that. We went and did some pumpkin patch level, and I thought it might have made more sense if we'd gone through the pumpkin patch to the bit where you had to find the temple, then find the temple. But because it gave us that freedom, it seemed a little bit disjointed. It was telling us the story, and I don't know. It wasn't like it had done a chapter before another chapter, but it just seemed odd that we'd go back to the village.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Think about that. Yeah, that seems odd that there wouldn't be like a main story type thing. I feel like that option would open up for you after you finish the game, because, like you say, the story just kind of jumbled up if you're doing like levels left and right and centre, not following like a critical path, so to speak. So that I imagine probably could seem disjointed, especially the cutscene kind of stuff.
Yeah, I thought, like, how do they know to go to the redstone bit, and how do they know to go to the lava bit? But then I'm not a kid playing it, am I? So it's I'm thinking about the motivation.
Yeah.
Whereas if we'd done the temple and it had been like, oh, he's getting all of his powers from these 2 mountains over here, let's go destroy them. But I suppose that's their intent. But we like being able to pick as well. I just let him pick, and then we do it. We just suck at the lava one at the moment, and it might be that we need to do the temple one, then go back and do the lava one, and it might be really easy that time, because it did get easier. We got like halfway through this boss this time, whereas it killed us immediately before, because we started to figure out how to use the. Is it a book, that thing that collects souls, and then it does a big circle around you? It blows up souls either way. It looks like
don't know.
It looks like a skull, but it just does a circle around you, does massive damage. So we've been using that whenever we get cornered and firing the firework, and it's a decent game. It's a very good game for what it is, but it is pared back. And if you're thinking, oh, I need another Diablo, like, I feel like you might be. I feel like Diablo has much more depth to it. Just in the actual core stuff within the game, like there's more things to do in it. Not necessarily like
length of story or whatever like that, but just like core gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. I think there's more to Diablo. So, yeah, it's not bad bit of stretch of the imagination.
Diablo, and it's
Diablo 3 is great.
You've never played Diablo?
Not properly.
Get on it, then.
Yeah,
for
get
goodness
Diablo
sake.
3.
Oh my gosh, you need
It's one of the
to play
greatest
that
games
game.
of all time.
Yeah, you'd like. I mean,
I've got it on Xbox and PlayStation. If you want to,
I've got it on everything it's ever
me
been
too.
on.
I've got it on everything, and it's
I think
probably
I started
dirt cheap now.
3, and it just seemed a bit off. I don't know, but I don't remember it being like this style of running around these dungeons. So I must not have got very far into it or whatever.
It's I was gonna say it could be one you could play with your son, but I think it might be a bit much, graphically.
Yeah, I'll wait till it appears. It'll appear on something eventually where I can just grab it and have a look.
It could be on Game Pass now, for all I know. It could be on there. It's old enough. The game's probably 10-year-old by now.
Mm.
So I mean, it could well be on Game Pass.
To work through as it is. So
yeah. It's like I say, it's not a 60 quid game, 50 quid game, whatever. It's not a deer. It's like 16 quid, and it's pretty enough, and it's simple enough, and I don't think it's massively long. Sheepdog, is it? Do you think?
No, I was surprised that it seemed. So we've probably played it 3 times, and we've done 2 bits at a time. So we'll probably complete it tomorrow or Sunday, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
They do say Island Realms are coming soon, though.
Yeah, there's like a season pass thing for it, so I know there is content being added sooner rather than later.
Which we'll probably get because the little man.
It's
loves
good.
It.
I mean, one of those games is requires content, so especially if it's going to be a live game where you can have constantly updating it with new stuff all the time. Then yeah, it's good, but you got to temper your expectations. Diablo has set the bar pretty high for one of these, and if you're coming in thinking that you're expecting you're going to get Diablo, you might be a little disappointed.
Well, I won't bother. I probably will get it on Game Pass at some point. I've just had a very busy week, a very busy work week.
Okay.
So that's my excuse for not having played it. What else have you kids been up to then?
I think that's all I've really done, so I'm going to defer to Pab, really, until I remember if I played anything else.
I'm going to defer to Anna.
Anna, you've been deferred to. What have you been playing?
So I popped in Borderlands 3 the other day.
Good lord.
What's that?
And I finished the Handsome Jack, the Handsome Jack DLC today.
What?
That was good. Well, yeah. So there's 3 DLCs. I played the first one and now I finished it. So it was excellent. The Handsome Jack Casino.
This is for free.
Yeah.
And did you finish 3?
I finished the game.
You haven't finished 3, but you wanted to do the DLC.
But the thing was, I was on Sanctuary, and it was on the wall, and it says, you can go in here now, and I went, alright. So I went, and completed it. It was excellent. It was very fun.
Did it inspire you to go and finish the actual main game?
No.
No?
I'm doing the second DLC now. I've lost like at the moment, where I am in the game is I've got to go and find Tannis, and I'm just like...
Tannis?
Yeah.
Which one was Tannis now?
She gets taken away in a big truck, and you have to go and drive after the truck, and I could never get on this big machine thing.
Oh, I know who Tannis is now. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah,
I can't bother, so I'm playing DLC because DLC is fun, and the next DLC comes out on the 25th of June, and it's like Cowboy Redemption something or other. So that looks fun, but I won't be playing that on the 25th because The Last of Us will be coming out. So I'll be playing that.
Yeah, don't get me started with that. I was like, I was adamant
Andy's at respite that weekend,
I was just adamant I was not buying that game, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm going to turn this PlayStation on again, Anna. God damn it.
Yeah. So it's not going to be anything else.
Mm.
I also I don't know why I do this every year. I put in Strange Brigade. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just like this game. It's
fine. It's okay. It
is.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, and it's
kind of like Left 4 Dead, but
it can be a multiplayer
played
shooter,
it that way. Yeah.
But you can play it on your own, and you can play it on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't hinder you if you're only on your own. And I'll just go through. I think we've got so each world has different. So I think it's 3 stages per area, and I've done 3 areas, and then I got to this ball thing that I have to dodge, and then I have to hit his back, and I just turned it off. I was like, nope, I can't bother with you. I know where we're going, so I turned it off. I only played it for a day, so I just played it. It's good. It's got secrets, you've got puzzles, you've got shooting, you've got special effects. It's fun. I like that. It's good. And then I also played a few hours of Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition on the PlayStation 4, just because I
Can't you tell she's been moping
I
around
feel
because she
like
couldn't go to Disney?
This is another one you revisit semi-regularly.
I just revisit it now and again. I just have a look. Yeah, but again, I always get because so you get onto a boat that you have to find a book for, and I find the said book, and then I don't know how, but then I am attacked by another boat, and because basically this woman's with you, and she needs to raise enough power around her so she can lift the boat and take you away. But every single time so I try and put my people where they're gonna help her, but she gets slaughtered every time, and it's just I did it twice, and I thought, I can't bothered. I can't. It's on the easiest setting. I cannot get past this bit, and because I know there's a massive game there. I've got past it once on the PC 3 Christmases ago, and I was like, yes, but it's on the PC, and I can't bother to sit at the PC because it's so uncomfortable. So yeah, but I'm just moping about, just trying to find things to do because
we were supposed to be on holiday this week.
I was too. I thought I was going to get so many games done this week. I'm not at all, really. It's really disappointing.
It's just annoying. Just because someone I'm guessing it's because somebody wanted some exotic dish prepared for themselves, and then they got a bit sick. And now I have to stay home. Well, no, I don't know how it came about, but some people are saying it was a market. Some people it's because someone wanted a bat soup. I don't know. But all I know is that it has hindered me from going on holiday.
It's hindered a lot of us now.
And I'm not happy with yes, I know, a pandemic, you can't see it, you can't make it go away, but I'm sad because it just stops everything, and it just
Ladies and
makes...
gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of privilege with Anna, as
No,
she complains that the pandemic is bad because she couldn't go to Disney.
No, not just that. It's just everything people want to do. You can't go and do it, and it's just and I want to go out and get a job, but I can't.
Well, there we go. Should we move on to something that's not going to generate hate mail for Anna?
I don't mean no. I know people have died and stuff, and it's heartbreaking. But I don't know. I don't think we were prepared for the pandemic, and it makes me feel sad.
There's Anna's hot take of the evening. I don't think we were prepared for the pandemic.
I'm going to play so many games. That's going to be like my electric boogaloo. I'm just going to... When they announce... with Boris is there going, look, I'm really sorry. We thought it was going to be good. I know it's only August, but we're locked down again. I'm just going to be like, right, I'm going to play 2 consoles at once. I'm going to play another telly. You have a controller in each hand, and I'm just going to be nailing every podcast. Oh, this week I played 50 games because
Midlife gamer have just run for cover. Sheepdog's trying to nail him. Goodness me. This is why they should have accepted the dance-off challenge all those years ago.
Oh, I have been on Ring Fit. That's got better.
ring fit.
I couldn't think of the word, but that gets better as it goes on because, like, I've played the start of it 3 times, and I'm like, I've done this 3 times. I'm so bored of it now. But if you progress and carry on, you get new clothes, you get smoothies.
It's surprisingly deep. That game.
I know.
There's so much stuff to it.
I've been watching YouTube videos, people doing it for a month to see how they got on. People are like, yeah, it helps, and I'm like, excellent. But now, because like I physically can't do floor exercises because of my back. So I was born with a bad back, and I can't do floor exercises because it just is. I'll die on the floor in pain because it's so painful. But now, when you progress levels, they give you new exercises that you can swap out. So I'm happy for that because like there was always this one exercise when you're doing a course that I couldn't do because I knew it would hurt, so that was fun. And then I got to a stage where everything is color coded. So like if you had an enemy that was blue and yellow, you could pick a yellow exercise and that would do more damage on the yellow enemy, but it would still do damage on the blue enemy, but not as much as the yellow. And then if you picked a blue one, vice versa. So that's kind of fun. So you are doing the exercises, but sometimes you don't have to do them as many times as you would normally, if you know what I mean. Like, so if you're doing something 20 times, sometimes you don't have to do it 15 because you're doing more damage. So that's fun. And I've also got the world that I'm on also has like challenges, bonus challenges, and one of them was like, what was I doing? Oh, I had to go side to side to avoid bombs hitting me, but I had to collect the coins. That's fun because you gotta move fast on some of them bits because I kept getting smacked in the head with a bomb, which was. It's like, it's funny, but your what are they called? Not Wii controllers. Joy-Cons, they vibrate.
Yes.
So, and one's on your leg and one's in this big ring thing, you can feel it, and it's like, oh. So you're getting some of that feedback of when you're getting hit. So that's good. The other one was a squat challenge. I thought, no, because I'm on the silent mode. I can't be doing running because I have no love for running and it's too warm. So I'm doing the squat one, and then it was a squat bonus. I was like, no, I will just not do that today. So, but it's fun, and it tells you that if you go on and you only do like one set, and it's like, oh, you're feeling sore, that's right. Have a couple of days off. You rest and come back when you feel ready. I'm like, thank you. I will have a rest. And that's nice, because like with the Wii Fit, it was always like, you've missed a day, where were you yesterday? That's nice. That's full of, whoa, Mr. Wii Fit board, it's fine, I'm here now. He was a scary dude though. He was a board that was floppy and would, chat to you.
What on earth are you talking about?
So on the Wii Fit, the character that would talk to you, I think it was on Wii Fit, like the second one. It was a Wii board. You know the Wii board?
Mm.
It would be on the screen and it would chat to you, and it was modelled at corners of his hand, but the middle was poked up a little bit like a little head. It was very weird. It always used to freak me out just a little bit because he was a bit weird looking. But yeah, Ring Fit is worth whatever Kevin paid for it.
It's not worth what it is getting paid for at the minute, because it's like hard to get hold of, isn't it? Still,
you can't buy it. Yeah, I've seen
it off
people
eBay
going
for £300.
Really? If anyone wants to make me an offer for it, I've still not even used it.
You're not getting rid of it. I'm using it. But yeah, I know it's hard to get. You can't get your hands on it. You can't get your hands on Joy-Cons neither.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, like
Doesn't surprise
Kevin made me pre-order the VR Iron Man game.
Oh yeah.
Because we tried to. So I put the VR on its head. We tried to do the demo, and it wouldn't work without Joy-Cons. We couldn't use a controller.
I felt sick just from that bit. I don't think I'm cut out the VR. It might be because I was spinning around going, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to press. Nothing's working.
Yeah, don't know.
Sorry, a small child just walked in.
One you're familiar with or a new one?
No, well, I'm familiar. What are you looking for?
Go to Disneyland Paris in May. When's
Wait,
it open?
Not today.
You're telling me.
People are sick.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Anna's hot takes on this pandemic just keep coming and coming.
Well, no, that's what we've got to tell him, because that's all he
I get it, I'm only
understands.
joking, I'm trying to fill. I don't expect you to just go into great detail about it to your son.
We will go one day.
When it's open.
Yeah.
See, this is proof we've got our scripts well trained into him.
Good.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
Right.
Sit down.
No, you're not sitting down here.
I don't
Upstairs,
think we've got
please.
anything else to talk about, have we? Has Anna got
I
anything
have.
else? You said you played
My
nothing.
birthday, George.
You
I'm not
lying
playing anything
swine.
new, but I have announcements.
Okay, go on.
Multiple announcements. I'm just
announcement.
waiting until I have clear air. I don't want to announce over a creaky door.
It might
think
help
this is?
fill the creaky door sounds.
Sorry,
We've
he's
got an
gone
editor.
now.
We don't need to worry about all that. You can just take the creaking out.
You
afterwards.
wish.
We spoke
You
over
wish.
it, so now it's all important content.
Well, yeah, multiple announcements. New series Ahoy appearing on my YouTube channel this week. I have a new Football Manager series,
It's a
which
kung fu
is
cleaner.
it's not. I wish it was. I might do that. But this is it's the most expensive series the most expensive video I've ever made. It's the highest production values we've ever done. I've ordered props. I've written a script. This is going to be a spectacular. It's out 11 o'clock Monday morning. You need to check it out, even if you only watch the first 3 minutes where there's no Football Manager involved, just to see the lengths I go to try and get people to like a YouTube video and stick around for the rest of the series. So there's that. I'm also going to have, I think this week I should finally have my new Total Extreme Wrestling series out, because the mod I'm waiting for is nearly finished, apparently. That should be out on Monday, so hopefully towards the end of the week you'll be able to see Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 on the channel, and I'll obviously have that to talk about on the podcast again next week. And also, between now and the next podcast, Streamer Showdown Season 3 is taking place over on Twitch. The draft is on Wednesday night, twitch.tv/Lelujo. See, we can both do that, Pab. That's the draft, and then the tournament itself, as before, Saturday night, Sunday night, 7 p.m. starts, twitch.tv/Lelujo. I'm going for the three-peat, boys and girls, and this time it's La Liga themed. So 15 La Liga players, 5 wild cards. Hopefully I get first draft pick so that I can get my good buddy Virgil van Dijk in again, and we can just ruin everybody with him doing his head in. So there you go, 3 announcements. How do you like them apples, Sheepdog? Nothing to talk about.
Well, other than yourself, do you think you'll win 3 in a row?
I think it's inevitable. Although I'm a little bit concerned because I have made a vow that I will buy a throne if I win a third one in advance, a third one in a row. So there is the worry that if I do win, I've got to buy a throne. Which there is a
You're not
space.
buying
There
a
is a
throne.
space out here where I can put my throne.
There'll be
I
Game
know
of
where
Thrones
it'll go.
props going cheap since it tanks, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
but
I thought that's
will-
what your purchase was off the internet the other day. The big
Oh no, they were props for the new series.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing what it is.
It's a spectacular. That's what it is. It's spectacular, Anna. You know it's spectacular. So, Pab, have you got anything else? Or
My
you done?
only things and my usuals. I've played a bit of Apex. I feel like I'm tapering off on Apex now.
We have been
think
playing
it's-
it for about 4 years, and it hasn't
It's only
changed
been,
in that
it's been
time.
out.
So I'm not surprised.
It's been out for 15 months.
Yeah, it feels like 4 years.
that
and
it?
it's been talking
Yeah, it's
about
been out. It came out last February, I think. So it's been out for about 18 months now, more or less. But yeah, I feel like this season's kind of soured me on it a little bit. I don't know. I don't like the changes they've done to it, so I'll probably go back to it here and there. But I'm too busy. I'm too busy streaming Animal Crossing and doing stuff with Animal Crossing. This is the thing. This game has taken over my life more than I don't
know how you've still got stuff to do in it because I haven't picked it up for a month because there's nothing left to do in that game. I don't understand, Pab.
I do a lot of. I mean, I turn the stream on, people turn up, and we just go. I've got a list of things that I want to do. They never get done. We just faff around on the island, go and visit people, go and assess islands. We did that last week. We're doing island assessments now. We're going to start doing that at some point. Yeah, we've had today's stream was bizarre because I've now ended up with. I submitted the second emote today on Twitch. Because we unlocked that, and by the end of stream, I now have 5 emote slots.
Mr. Fancy.
And that's the
you.
max you can
Pab's,
get. I
Pab's a
hadn't
high
planned
roller.
it at all.
Drinks
it just
are on
happened.
Pab.
It just happened. Somebody came in and dropped a load. No, somebody asked how many things off the next emote slot because I mentioned I'd submitted an emote slot, and then I said, well, if we get to 20, I said I'll cover the other 5 to get the next emote slot, and then somebody just did it and just got us to the 3rd emote slot, and then somebody else did the same, and then they asked what's the next, how much for the next emote slot, and did it again. I was like, what is this what goes on?
Crazy people are what makes Twitch tick.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with a couple of people the other night,
and
we were talking about how gifted subs make up like 75% of our total subs.
Yeah, it's bizarre because I mean, well, then I was like, well, I said I was gonna give 5 subs if we got to this number. So when I went, well, I've got to do it now. I feel irresponsible if I don't do this. So I did it, and then somebody else gifted me some bits, and it triggered a hype train.
Hey.
So then I'm like, and we got to level 5 pretty quick, like almost immediately, and then we were nearly at level 5, and I was like, well, I feel obliged to get these people this level 5 emo now. So I carried it over the line, like I just pushed the load over the line, and then I don't know who's getting these emotes because I don't think there's 56 people ever watched me, so I don't know who's getting these subs. I don't know who's getting them, but they're all welcome.
I'm gonna check to see if I'm subbed to your channel now.
You know what?
I know you are.
Follow.
I know you are.
You just said a bunch of words that I have no idea what you're on about.
Yeah.
You need to get down
Not
with the kids, Anna.
single
Twitch is
thing.
where it's
I
at.
imagine you've probably got a subscription, Anna, because it probably gifted everyone who's ever watched my channel a subscription.
Probably.
So,
No, I don't have a clue.
you probably
I don't
do.
even
You
know.
probably
Yeah,
have one.
Chris,
I
you
don't even
wherever
know
I've
what an
looked.
emote
You
is.
probably have a
I feel
look,
like a
Sheepdog,
monster.
you probably got one. You might
You've
do.
got
So-
140 followers, Pab. Oh, I am subbed. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
subbed.
I imagine you are. So this triggered, and someone else. I noticed it was someone else got a sub. I saw it come up, and I went, "Oh, that's funny. I know who that is." And then he came in and donated another 5 subs again. I was like, I can't. This just it went insane today. And
These are the streams, Pab.
thank
These
you
are
to
the
everybody who did
streams.
that. It was bonkers. And I'm not mentioning names because certain people said don't tell the wife or don't say anything. So I was like,
And of course, his wife obviously listens to this
I have,
podcast.
I have to. I go in. I know who it is. I can tell you. I'm not going to say who it is, but I converse with him on a Discord quite frequently, and
It wasn't
with
me
his-
in a fever
with-
dream.
No,
was
no,
it?
no. But his wife is in the chat as well, so I can't. I've got to thank him some way or another without. Yeah. So, yeah, and so some Animal Crossing got done this week. I'm nearing the 5-star now. The 5 stars are getting. We're getting there. We're almost at it, I think. We've got coming up to a few things now. Isabel says there's too much stuff on the floor. You've dropped too much. There's too much garbage on the floor, pretty much. So I was like, right, okay. So the free items area is gonna have to be shifted. So there's no recipes on the floor. It's basically anything that's dropped on the floor instead of placed on the floor. So stuff that you drop, like say, recipes or free items that you just want to give away, or branches, weeds, anything that shouldn't be where it should be, you need to get rid of. So I've done most of that, and then she said, you need to put fences up, you need to put more flowers in. I was like, I don't know how I can do this. I've got like fields of flowers at this point. So we cut back on flowers, we cut back. She also said got too many trees. People are getting lost in the trees. But okay. I'll cut back on trees. I'm doing pretty much everything that she asks for. And at the end of the stream today, we were still at 4 stars, so I'm going to pull my hair out a little bit and just go back to the drawing board next week. But yeah, we're doing stuff. We are continuing to do stuff. This is the thing with this game. The game eventually slows down, and it's up to you then to kind of make the content yourself and come up with stuff. So I'm contemplating making assault courses. Why not? Because you can. So we can have people do assault courses, and I'm going to do island evaluations. I'm going to do many other things, all for Animal Crossing. And you've got props. I've got props now for Animal Crossing. It's insane. It's bonkers. I've got that.
Did you see QWERTY did another Animal Crossing shirt this week?
I've probably got it. I've probably already ordered it.
There's a good boy.
I've probably already ordered it. So yeah, it's been one of them crazy weeks, and yeah, I've like I said, that is pretty much the only thing that's when I'm not streaming Animal Crossing, I'm thinking of stuff to do in Animal Crossing and prepping things in the evening for the next day's stream. And with what's gone from doing 3 days a week streaming has now pretty much solidly become 4 days a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Pam's going to be a full-time streamer in about 3 months if he carries on the way he is.
Last week I did 5 days. I did Monday to Friday streams last week, and I was knackered. We're
going to be having conversations on this podcast in a few months about you quitting your job so you can be a full-time streamer. I mean, we can all see it coming.
If it continues to the way we're going with this nonsense that happened today, if that happens on a regular basis, then we could do that. But until that point, it's still a pipe dream. One day.
Pipe dreams are the best kind of dream.
I'll be able to wear them
Maybe I'll
sunglasses one
divert
day.
my Amazon Prime subscription to you, Pab, instead of Kev.
How dare you? I need that £2.50 a month.
I have to open a separate Prime account just so that I can... Claire might have one, to be fair. Now I'm thinking about
Why would you both have a Prime account? That would be insane.
I don't know. She pays for our Prime TV, and I think I pay for our Prime account.
That's the same thing.
You get them all on the same.
I don't know.
Maybe saving 80 quid a year.
If you're both paying for it, get that sorted. If anyone else listening has Amazon Prime but doesn't watch Twitch at all, set up a Twitch account, and then you're going to have to take it in turns between the two of you, going between me and Pab. I want my share of this. But yeah, you get a free Amazon Prime sub.
I know full well.
Let's get Pab full-time on Twitch by the end of the year.
I know full well there is someone who is a subscriber to me and said, "Don't tell Kev." At some point, I can't reveal who it was, but somebody definitely did say, "Don't tell Kev," and I went, "Mum's the word," and
you told him. You literally just done it.
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't tell you who it was.
It was. Well, that's them coming back to me next month.
It happened. Like
I'll welcome them back by name. Open
it happened
arms.
Months ago.
I've missed you.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine. But I know full well that somebody
I've remembered
did tell
your
me
name.
That once. No, I could say it was months ago. This was at least 2 months ago. But yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Awesome sauce. Right, are we done then, boys and girls?
We are.
I think we are done.
Well, then we'll call it a day. We're in under an hour this
sneaking
week.
in.
Only by about a minute. So if I continue to
stretch it
talk about being under an hour for another 40 seconds or so before I do the outro, we'll hit that hour. I wonder if we can hit the hour dead on the nose.
Wait a minute.
That would be some real impressive podcasting.
The outro's about 20 seconds anyway.
Well, in that case, Twitter @Lelujo.
I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
I'm at Pab1986 on Twitter and Twitch.
And we'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Don't want to say boys and girls or anything to nick another one of my things, no?
No, we're good.